What's up, guys? I just want to give you a couple quick tips on wacky rigging. Wacky rig is one of the things I really like to do. I do it a lot, pretty much all the time of the year. Especially in the spring, I use it a lot, but I've got to where I've used it in some different applications, fishing a lot deeper than I normally would. Just kind of using it in places that fish normally wouldn't see it, the wacky rig. One of the problems with the wacky rig is you're typically throwing your soft plastic on. You know, they make these little rubber O-rings, little plastic O-rings, and they work okay. Number one, they're kind of hard to get your hands on sometimes, and you're a little bit limited to what size baits you can use these on. You can see it's just a little rubber O-ring, and typically you got to have a couple different sizes depending on what your soft plastic is that you're using on your bait. A friend of mine, Mark Daniels, actually turned me on to the little straw trick. Just have to make sure you get the right size straw, but you can take a straw, just take a regular straw, cut it up into little small pieces, slip that over your soft plastic. I'll get a little piece of soft plastic here. This is a Jean LaRue Tattletale. This is just a little piece of a straw, a drinking straw. Just cut up into like a little 1/8" strip. And the straws work really good on like your swamp crawlers, trick worms, you know, just your regular 6-inch, 4-inch straight tail worms. You just slip him over the top. This works good for if you're doing like a wacky drop shot rig, or if you're doing just a straight up weightless or a weighted drop shot. So you can see it there. That's just the straw slipped over the top of it. And what you're actually going to do is take your hook and actually hook right into the plastic straw. So let's see here if you can see it. You just take that and just poke him straight through the straw, and what that's going to do is that's going to reinforce the plastic so you can really put some mustard on it and skip it on the docks. You're not going to be using your plastic near as much. Where it's really important is on the soft plastic stick baits. What I use, the straws don't really work well. They're too small for plastic, for a stick bait like a Cinco or Yum Ding or whatever you want to use. I'll take electrical. This is electrical shrink wrap. Do the same thing. Cut it up into little small 1/8" strips, and you can take the. Dropped it here. You can just take it. I'll get another one out here. Just take it, cut them into small strips. Take the electrical tubing, cut it into small strips, and then you just place it right over the top. Just slide it right over the stick bait, just like you would the worm. You can see there. This is 3/8. Usually 3/8 works pretty good for a stick bait, a 5 or 6-inch Cinco. It's a little bit more slack in it than the straw has, but it does the same job. It just reinforces the plastic. There's one more little trick I usually use, if I can find it here. Also, I'll take on a stick bait. I think this is a Chunk X sling. This is made to keep your trailers on, but you can see it's a little bit more complicated than your normal O-ring. I'll put it on there, and you want to just thread him on there just like you would anything else. And I'll take my hook. I'll take this hook here. Take your hook, and I can actually just rig it through there just like that. That's another one you can use. But the biggest thing is, the more efficient you are with your wacky rig, if you can skip it on the docks and not worry about it fouling up or losing your bait, if you can unless you put a little bit more strength behind your cast, lets you get a little longer cast without messing up your bait, you're gonna be a lot better off. Try that with your wacky rigs. You'll be a lot more efficient, catch a lot more fish.